Hold please. 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 Hold please.
Hello, hold please. It is Bella After Dark time. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Shannon herself. Look, I even wore my name so you guys can get it right. Shannon, not Sharon, not Shannon. It's Shannon. Yes. Welcome in. Hi, everybody. Let me welcome some folks in. We haven't done this in a long time. Let me break out some music for y'all. We haven't done that in a minute. So let's play some music. How about that? All right. Here we go.
Brown Girl Bella.
That always gets me in the mood. Hey, hey, hey. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Yes. Hello. I know. Got this. Oh, that. Let's go.
Brown Girl Bella.
All right, babes. We're back. We're back. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple of things today. So let me set the stage for you. I have a question of the day that I put at the top of the chat. The question of the day is, what do you wish that YouTube would do differently? What do you wish that YouTube would do differently? So I'm going to invite some people up. What do you wish YouTube would stop doing? That's the exact question. So what do you wish YouTube would stop doing? You can put it in the chat, or if you want to come up and talk about it, let me know, and I'll throw down the ladder so that you can come up and address this topic. But I'm really curious to find out from those who watch YouTube, but more importantly, from those who create YouTube content. What do you wish that YouTube would stop doing? I have a laundry list. I have a laundry list of things, but at the top of my list, I wish that they would equally weight both those top creators that, okay, you know, you're going to get your money from them. That's great. But those who are up and coming, those who have consistent followers, those who create things and people come and they engage. I wish you would give them more weight. And I also wish, these are my top 3 things. When you have these programs for content creators, they need to invite smaller content creators. Those under 10,000 is what I would say is like the small creators right now. Invite us to hear about the things that are coming out. I'm very grateful and appreciative that they do invite me to do surveys with them, both paid and non-paid. I'm grateful for that and I'm appreciative. But when they have these forums, when they have these content creator seminars, why aren't we in those rooms? Why aren't we included in those conversations? I really wish that they would do that a little bit more than what they currently do. And then finally, this purge. This purge. I've been on this space. I've been in this space going on 7 years. I know, 7 years, a long time. And every year, it seems like I go through the purge, where they just start at random dumping out people. Now, some of them probably haven't engaged in my content, so I get it. Some of that is, you know, just attrition that you're going to get. But when they are approaching the triple digits, which mine is, it's approaching. It hasn't gone there yet, but it's approaching the triple digits. I'm like, what in the entire? Like, where are all these drop-offs coming from? Is it natural attrition, or is it YouTube deciding that, okay, so they haven't engaged in your content in a while, I'm just going to stop showing them to you and I'm going to drop them from your subscriber list? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. And so I started, you know, doing my research and trying to figure out, like, what the heck is going on? Why the heck aren't these things like notified to us? Like, if you're going to start purging people and you're going to start, you know, doing this scrub of people's subscribers, heads up would be nice. A little warning, a little like, hey, we're about to do the purge, or we're about to do whatever you want to call it. I call it the purge. And just wanted to give you a heads up that this is coming. This way, I can maybe do a post and say, hey, babes, for those of you who are interested in my content and who like to, continue following me, just so you know, please start engaging with some of the content. I don't care if it's a short, I don't care if it's a post, you have to engage and you have to continually engage. And so I started putting my money where my mouth is, because I admittedly do not do a great job at following people who follow me or engaging with people's posts and things that I don't see. And so I'm going to start doing a better job at looking for those content creators, particularly those that are in my membership. I'm going to do that first, and then I will do like everyone else. But I'm going to start doing a better job and challenging myself to go in and engage with these content creators, because I'm going to tell you, I'm now starting the 4K trend. And so all of my videos, the last maybe 5 or 6 of them, have all been in 4G or 4K, excuse me. I don't know why I keep saying 4G. So thank you. Someone wants to turn my mic up. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me see. I have it all the way up. Thank you for the heads up. Okay, hopefully you can hear me better now. If not, I'll come in a little closer. Got my Jamaican mule t-shirt on. All right. So particularly with those who are in my paid, and I've been doing 4K. That's what I was saying. I've been doing 4K for the past few videos. I'm going to tell you something. Those 4K videos take a lot of time. And I know there's been some warping with my focus. I have it on autofocus now. I think I'm going to switch it to manual focus and see if that helps any. I think it is, because my thing is all the way up, boo. So I think it might be you. Turn it up and then send me another text and let me know. So they take a lot of time, those 4K videos. They take a lot of can't think of the technical term for it, but they take a long time to go through the process. And when you upload it to YouTube, it goes through the standard definition first, and then it goes up to 4K. So where my videos used to take about 20 minutes to upload, they now take almost an hour to upload, almost an hour. And that is because of the 4K. So that's a lot of time. And I have to constantly scrub my computer now, because every single time that you upload a video of that magnitude, these are gigabytes, not megabytes anymore. We're talking gigabytes. So that takes up a lot of memory. So I have to purge my computer. And so when you're doing that constantly, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time and a lot of care. And as you know, I like to research for my videos. I like to rotate my stash and figure out, okay, what haven't I shown in a while? What are people interested in? Looking through and seeing, okay, what's the buzz right now in makeup and beauty, and seeing what I have that may fit that that criteria. So that's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. And if I'm doing that, I know there are a lot of other content creators that are doing that as well. And so when you don't come and you don't support, and I know sometimes it's YouTube's fault because they don't serve it to you until much later. Right now, I've been testing to see how long it takes for YouTube to push out my content for premieres. That's why I did the premiere today and the live stream. On average, it is about 8 minutes, almost 10 minutes into whatever I'm doing until you get the notification. Now, if you're out and about and you're doing things, that also, inhibits it. And I also started putting up thumbnails ahead of time, thinking I can get ahead of the curve that way. But it's still the same thing, because even if I tell you I'm going to post on Sunday at 2, which I am, Sunday at 2 o'clock is my next live stream, Sunday Sips. Sunday at 2 o'clock, you might be out and about, or you might be cooking, or you might be doing something else. I know a lot of times, I even know, like, okay, I know my favorite person is going live at this time, but I might be on a work call. I might be editing a video and engrossed in that. I might be researching something and just forget. So it's important that you have the notifications on, because even if you do forget, within a 24-hour cycle, if you click on it and watch 15 minutes, even if you have to click off and go, do something else and then come back to it, or put it in your watch later, that still lets YouTube know that you are interested in the content. So it's not really so much about the algorithm and trying to get this master code unlocked. It really is about, do you like this content enough to watch it? If so, are you going to watch it within 24 hours? And if you do, great. Then when you're watching it, click that thumbs up, because that lets YouTube know, oh, they liked it. Maybe I should send it to Vern and see if Vern likes it. Or maybe I should send it to Lou and see if she likes it. So that helps YouTube know that people are liking your content, and they will push you out. Now, the manner in which they push you out and the quickness of which they push you out is anyone's guess. But at least you're in the game. And that's the whole thing. You got to be in the game. You got to be in here. So I wanted to come on here, dispel a few myths, talk about what's going on, the sudden decrease in subscribers, why people don't get served certain things. Hey, James Money, welcome in. So let's go through that. And then I have some hot topics that I want to get to too before we say goodnight. So I want to make sure we do that. So first things first, why do some people's YouTube channels suddenly stop getting views and subscribers? So that's one of the main kind of questions that everyone kind of wants to know. And I think what tends to happen is what I described before. This YouTube algorithm just determines who watches what, which videos are engaging, which have, high watch time, which are, clicked on for notifications. Those are the things that gets pushed out quickly. So changes in, the algorithm or the manner in which these things are done can affect the channel's visibility. It can affect our reach, and it can also lead to a decline in views and subscriber growth. I'm going to stop right here and also mention another thing that I don't think a lot of people look at, but you need to start if you're not looking at it. And that is, when are your subscribers watching? Because that is another thing that has changed for me. And I was trying to like catch it at a right time. And I think that person is trash. I know it is trash. I know. Hey, Dawn R, welcome in. Look at when your subscribers are viewing. Now, it has also started telling us in that same section when is an optimal time to go live, when is an optimal time to post your content. And so the reason I have been trying like different times is that I was listening to YouTube. I was seeing, when most of my subscribers are on. So I'm trying to catch when you are watching so that I can serve you my content during that same time period. But here's the thing with that. When you are watching other content and you're getting served my content, Vern's content, Dawn's content, whoever's content, we're all competing for that time. We might all get that same signal. So you kind of have to say, okay, it says, 2:00 is not a good time, but I've already established that 2:00 is the time that I go on for Sunday Sips. So even if you don't know a whole lot about when I go live or when I post content or when I do different things, you do know when I go live. I typically go live on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, and I typically go live for Sunday Sips at 2 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, I've been chasing these different times to try to figure out, okay, does 8:00 work better? Does 7:00 work better? Does 5:00? Does 4:00? And it's driving me, frankly, insane. It's driving me bananas because I'm a planner. I have a planner. I like to write down, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. This is when I'm posting. This is when I'm doing a short. This is when, I'm doing everything that I need to do on YouTube. I'm starting now to layer in Instagram and TikTok as well, which is a whole other nut to crack. And I just, it's a lot. It's a lot. Hey, AR Vlogs, what's up? How are you? So that is one of the reasons why you might be seeing that decrease. Also, there's technical glitches, right? There's errors on YouTube's platform that will affect the accuracy of subscriber count. It'll also mess up the notification system when you get notified when things are coming up. And that's kind of, I think, where I am right now. I think my notification system is all out of whack. So instead of playing whack-a-mole and trying to like figure out, okay, this time, I'm just going to universally start posting at a certain time window so that and so to kind of better prepare my subscribers for that, I am going to start posting, hey, heads up, I'm going to be posting a new video on this day. So at least if you don't have maybe the thumbnail or anything like that, at least you have a heads up that something is coming on this day, and you can kind of look out for it if you can. Also, if you have posted anything that has been controversial or offensive or something that alienates or angers a large portion of your audience, or that violates community guidelines or terms of service, even if they're not giving you a strike, even if they're just telling you it's not going to be monetized, guess what? You're not pushed out in that algorithm as much, because now they think, oh, potentially this content might have an issue. So we're going to hold it back and look at it a little closely, make sure it's not anything offensive in the content before we push you out, if that makes sense. It is a whole lot. It is a whole lot. Also, to that point, they feel that, it might be a loss of trust or credibility that, you posted this content or what have you, and it struck controversy, or it created, a scandal, or it, used copyright material, what have you. Again, they're not going to readily post that out because they feel like, okay, we slapped her on the wrist, or we slapped him on the wrist. Now we got to take a look at their content before we push it out to get other people to watch it. Also, if you're in competition, and this is something that I was like, wow, I didn't even realize they do this, but I do luxury beauty, right? Maybe somebody else does luxury beauty as well. And we're doing the same type of beauty. We're talking about the same type of product. Then you might get other people who, may like this content creator because they have more subscribers. They might go over there and switch or unsubscribe to your content and subscribe to theirs. So that is another thing that, gave me kind of an aha moment, because if you are in a category where there's a lot of competition, luxury beauty has a lot of competition. Now, they're pushing out luxury fragrances. They're doing a lot of luxury handbags. So I'm competing with a lot of different people for the same ear space, eye space. And so when you're in a category that has that kind of heavy competition, of course, they're going to go to the bigger guys. They're going to go to the people who, have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, because guess what? They're pushed out first. They just are. And so us as the underdogs, as the people with a lower amount of subscribers, we're getting pushed out in maybe the third or fourth or maybe fifth or sixth round. So it is incredibly important that when you, hey, meet and hi, 0608, oh yeah, how are you? Welcome in. Cooking with the Catrons, hi, babes. Thank you guys for coming. I so appreciate it. So that's another reason why a lot of times we don't get pushed out, because the bigger guys are just taking the share of the eyeballs and they're not sharing. They're not sharing. Also, when you are in these live streams, you have to engage, not just with hello, but really talking in the chat. And if you're not really engaged and you're not really interacting with the community that's in the chat or with me, and you're not, as a host, and you're not, promoting that and engaging with them and promoting engagement, that can also make people either not push you out, not like it. And for YouTube, the many likes that you get and the many shares that you get, that is telling YouTube that this is content that other people may want to see. And when they don't have that, guess what? They're going to move on to those people who have it. So when you hear content creators like myself, like me and I, like Elevate with Burn, we say, like this stream, thumbs it up, share it out. We're not just saying that to say it. We're saying that because that gives YouTube the signal when you do these things that our content is worthy to be up there with those big guys. So I really will say that that has opened my eyes a little bit as to the backstory. And Cooking with the Cantrons has a trick. So Cooking with the Cantrons say, I would say a trick that has worked for us is titling our videos similar to the bigger YouTube channels so that we are suggested after their videos. Yes, that is very important as well. I started playing around with titles as well because that does help you. And I also have, YouTube Buddy, I have IQ Vid, I have a lot of different tools that I'm using. I will tell you though, if you're using a program like YouTube Buddy and you're also using a tool like IQ Vid, they are in competition with each other. So you have to look at both of them in terms of the hashtags or tags that you use, the titles that you use, and your thumbnails, all of that. Because what TubeBuddy may say, perfect, 100 SEO. I go into my other program and it may say 30, 40, 50. So they're in competition with each other. So you have to look at both and take both with a grain of salt. What I think helps me out a little bit more, especially of late, is the fact that I'm now using IQ Vid, because I notice that if I'm using their tags and their titles and, adding, some little things that they suggest, I'm pushed out further and my SEO has gotten higher than just using TubeBuddy alone. Not saying TubeBuddy is bad, just saying that you have to weigh the apples and the oranges because there are two different programs and they're looking at YouTube very, very differently. Very, very differently. Meet and I says, so you think it's better for mad engagement in the premiere or outside the video because people engage during a live or premiere but may not comment again after it's over? I think it's both. For me, I find that if you are engaging in the premiere, that helps during the time that the premiere is on. But to your point, after that premiere is over, you still have to pump it out to your networks and not just relying on like Twitter and Instagram or whatever. Go to your YouTube, go to, send it out in text. And also get them to comment as well, because they're looking at that for the premiere, for the time that the premiere is on, but they're also looking at that 24-hour cycle after that premiere is over, who is engaging in this content. So I find that a lot for my content, especially, and because I'm doing different things. And how the Cantrons. Cooking with the Cantrons. Yeah, sometimes TubeBuddy and yes, I said it backwards. I said IQ Vid. It's Vid IQ. Thank you. Thank you for that. So it's Vid IQ. Yes. And I have to say, I'm trusting Vid IQ a little bit more than TubeBuddy because I feel like when TubeBuddy gives me that 100% SEO, I'm not pushed out as much as I am when vidIQ gives me 100%. At least to me. I don't know for your genre if maybe that is different. Let me know in the chat because this is great dialogue, guys. I'm so glad you are all here and saying that because every little bit helps. We all should help each other. I talk about luxury beauty. You guys talk about obviously cooking, but there are people who love luxury beauty, who also love cooking, who also love, spirits, and will support Meet and I, who also want, spiritual, healing and business advice from Elevate with Burn. So we all provide a different service, but again, this YouTube verse that we're all in, they have a lot of different tastes that they gravitate to. They have a lot of different activities that they love: travel, beauty, luxury handbags, cooking. I was talking to someone who collect stamps. They have over 100,000 followers for people who collect stamps. I don't collect stamps, but apparently 100,000 subscribers of his do. And they also like other things. So when I go over there, they're like, oh, what are you talking about in beauty this week? I'm like, oh, okay. Like, wow. I just came to hear about the stamps and understanding why this is appealing to people. But you know what? This is a billion-dollar business model that YouTube has created, and it's not dead. So for people to say that YouTube is dead, it's not dead, because there are people who are coming on who are pulling in the numbers. So it's not that it's dead, it's that we have not figured out what are the things that our subscribers really and truly want to see from us, and then tapping in on those things so that they come in. So Vern said, both, but the thing about the comments are for the host to respond to the comments within an hour the subscriber posts it. Ooh, within an hour, that's tough. That's tough, because sometimes y'all see me, I be posting at the crack of dawn, or we into the late hours, because I'm going up to 4K now, and it takes my little computer, my little baby, my little rose gold computer. I love you though. Don't clock out on me. I love you. Gotta say that to her, because she a temperamental old boy. But it takes her a minute. Like I said, it takes me up to 90 minutes sometimes to upload my 4K videos. And then even when it's finally up, it takes a minute for people to realize, almost 10 minutes before they realize my video is even up. So that's a lot. But yes, you should post your comments, and you should post replies to those comments as soon as possible. Meet Nat says, okay, we don't publish a video after it's over because we published heavy before and thought people will be like, damn, y'all posting it again. We're about to reshare and do post pinning. Yeah, absolutely. No, share it out. Share it out. Funny story. Okay, my TT, right? My TT comes in here all the time. It is now 8:40. She still thinks I go live at 9 o'clock. So she's not going to come on here until about 9 something. And since I came in early, half of y'all by 9 o'clock, 9:15 are going to be gone. So it's going to be refreshed again. And y'all know on the live streams, every 15 minutes, it recycles. So it doubles the amount of people. So it says, okay, you got 7 people in here right now. Bet I'm going to push this out, because those other people been in here for the past 15 minutes. So I'm going to push it out into the algorithm and let more people know you're in here. And then guess what? More people will come. More people will come. Lori, you're going to live a long time, sis. You're going to live a long time. I'm going to get to your comment in a second. Wow. I was just thinking about you. Meet Now says, that's a fact. Scratch and Pete had 100 people in his live stream talking about lottery tickets. Blew me away. It's something for everybody. Stamps, scratch offs. Scratch and Pete, I love him. I subscribe to him as well. He scratch offs lottery tickets. I be hating though. So that's why I don't be in there so often, because I'll be like, yo, he be winning too much. And I'm like, dang, first of all, I never remember to get a scratch off ticket. That's one. 2, even when I remember, I don't win. So that's another reason why I don't do it. And then for 3, when I get into his live, every time I go in there, he wins. I must be a good luck charm for him, because every time I go in there, he's winning something. So it's something for everybody. There really is something for everyone. Cooking with the Cantron says, we use vidIQ now, but sometimes it will say this is a hot keyword, or they will suggest different videos and you do them and get very little views. They're math. Okay, so that's a great point because I saved some of those. And let me just tell you what they tell me is like great videos. So going into my vidIQ, hang on. And I got tons of like apps for these things. Tons of stuff. All right, so my vidIQ says, let me go back. So it says research, right? No, daily ideas. Sorry, daily ideas. So it tells me that I should be reviewing Beyonce's hair care line. I know I probably should, but if y'all want to know why I haven't, I will tell you in a minute. Wholesale fashion haul with discount code. Now, this is somebody else's video, and they're telling me that I need to do a wholesale fashion haul with somebody else's discount code. Why would I do that? That's not putting any money in my pockets. Also, I'm gonna stop here to say affiliate codes and affiliate yourself with brands. If you are a content creator, and I don't care what kind of content you create, you can find a partner that is willing to give you a discount code for your subscribers, or willing to partner with you to barter for a video. I've gotten so many high-end products that way. I'm talking YSL cleansers, which them bad boys are, for the cleanser, $40 a pop. Easy. I'm about to do one with La Mer. Granted, they ain't give me big products. They gave me smaller products, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm still going to do it though. Augustina Batter. Now, you know, I love that brand. They had given me, what did they give me before? I think they gave me some kind of facial cream. Guys, they gave me a cleanser this time, and they gave me, I think, the rich cream. So I'm going to be doing a get unready with me or morning makeup skincare routine with Augustina's Batter. That I got. Oh, please. Y'all remember when I posted this? I have joined. If you didn't see it, go watch it because it's really funny. This is Evertone's Omni Glow. This is an LED mask. It has several different frequencies that you can use, different lights for everything. They have a light for everything. And they contacted me on my email and asked if they could send me the product. I'm like, okay, it's a 200 some odd product, $200 product that you're gonna send me for free for, you know, a video, which will take what, 15-20 minutes on average. My videos are easy, no brainer. And don't just think of it as, okay, it's a freebie, so they're not giving me any money or whatever. If this is $200, you can still write it off on your taxes as income. It's $200 that you didn't have before in a product. Let's see. Cooking with the Cantron. Oh, okay. We said that already. Yep. The math ain't mathing. So yeah, so they tell me to use somebody else's video for my video. Where do you do that at? I'm not doing that. Welcome in, Lori. Lori says there is a niche for every interest, not a creator, just a viewer. Yeah, absolutely. You can find anything you want on YouTube. It is truly YouTube University. I cut Dream's hair this afternoon. I ain't do a good job though. But I learned it on YouTube University, how to cut the Maltese bang. I was like, I didn't think I did a good job. I think it's more Dream than me, because every time you go near like her face, she like moves like crazy. So I think it was her fault, not really mine. I think it's her fault. Anywho, yes, welcome, Lori. I know, moving. Yeah, I know. Hugs, girl, hugs. I'm glad you're here, though. You're gonna live a long time, because I was just getting ready to send you a note tonight. I was gonna send you a note. Yes, you could get a lot of free products as a YouTuber. Absolutely. And now on YouTube, they're doing a program called Brand Creator. I don't know if it's rolled out to everybody. I'm on it already, but I was in it since last year when they tested it out. But now they're like rolling it out. And basically what this is a hub where you can either seek out products and brands that you may want to work with, or they email you and say, hey, I'm interested. I think you should, come and barter with me. This is the product, whatever have you. So I've gotten a lot of great interest. As a matter of fact, I think I got that LED mask from Brand Creator. So absolutely. So don't just think of it as, oh, you're putting just this content out. Think of it in terms of building your brand, building your business, aligning with brands that align with what you actually do. Because I also get a lot of, people asking me to support things that have absolutely nothing to do with my business. Absolutely nothing to do with luxury skincare or luxury makeup. And it's okay to say no. Do not accept any and everything from these brands just for the sole purpose of either collecting a check from them or collecting the product from them. Because what it does is it sets up a bad precedent. Because what I like to say is I do the 2 for rule. 2 for rule. So here's my 2 for rule. I do 1 for free and 1 for pay. That's my 2 for rule. So you get 1 for free. The next time you're going to have to pay. So when I do something else with this brand for the LED mask again, you're going to have to pay me. You're going to pay me actual real dollars that I can take to my bank and say, here you go, bank. This is a check for you to deposit for BrownGirlBella LLC. Okay? Because we don't do a whole lot of things for free. And they don't forget, YouTube now gives you the option to build your media kit. And in the media kit, they say, hey, for your content and your audience and the numbers that you pull in, here's what we suggest. Remember, it's a suggestion. It's not, you have to do this. But this is what we suggest you charge for brands to do content for them. It's a suggestion. And I don't ask them anymore what their budget is, because they'll either tell you one of 2 things. Either they'll lowball you and say, we only have this amount. And I know, because I do this for a living. So I can tell you with absolute certainty, do never, if I can stress this to you all, never ask a brand what their budget is, or never ask the marketing company what their budget is. Because if you are below a certain threshold, they're either going to give you earned media, meaning they're going to give you the product for free and that's all you get, or they're going to lowball you because they think that, hey, she'll probably take or he'll probably take anything I give them. So let's start off low. And if they balk, maybe we'll go up. Maybe. So yeah, I would not tell them what their budget is. I would use that media kit as a guide, and you all have access to this because now it is available on YouTube in that brand connect vehicle. And if you guys want to know like where it is and all that stuff, just email me at shannon@browngirlbella.com. I'll be happy to go do like a Zoom with you and walk you through it. It's really, really easy. And you can download it, you can customize it, and then resave it as a PDF. But it's a really good tool to have to kind of gauge where you are. And also, every quarter, as your numbers may go up and as your subscribers, viewership may increase or what have you, double check those numbers, because what you downloaded last December may be different now that we're in March. So always double check to make sure you're sending them the most accurate media kit. Actually, you should do it all the time. Like every time you're asked to send one, update it, go in, update it, make sure it's the right one. Or what I started doing is at the top of every quarter, I check it. And then at the end of that quarter, I check it again, just to make sure that, you know, the numbers didn't move or what have you. But double check what you're sending out before you send it out. You don't have that yet. Okay, you should start getting it soon. They're pushing it out now. I mean, I said facts. Yeah. Yeah. Lori said, make sure you are properly disclosing affiliations and sponsorship. The FTC is starting to crack down. Yes, that is important. So here's the thing with that though. If you got, because people think it's just monetary, it's not. If you got anything for free 99, you still need to disclose that you have a partnership with them. It's not just if you got paid from them, because essentially them giving you the product is like them giving you cash to the FTC. So for them, they're going to be like, oh, but you got the product, right? How much was that product? $100? You need to disclose they gave you $100 product for this video. So a lot of times, you know, people, you know, will start to skirt that. I know I was a big proponent of that, even though I know the rules. I'm like, but it was a bar that's under $100. Who's gonna care? Blah, blah, blah. But again, you need to disclose it. Here's why. Even if that product was $50, you did a paid sponsorship because you got $50 in product from them. And it also helps you secure more brand deals down the line, because if you click that, then it goes into your media kit and they say, oh, BrownGirlBella's done this for this brand and she's done that for that brand. And it'll pull in your numbers for that brand. It'll pull in your engagement. It'll pull in all of that stuff. So it actually helps you. The more brand deals that you have, the more partnerships that you make on YouTube, when you do those content segments, to disclose it so that it goes into your media kit, so that it helps you when you are negotiating your deals with other brands. So thank you, Lori, for reminding me of that. Burns be saying get a rate sheet. Yeah, so that media kit that YouTube provides is more or less your rate sheet. I have not asked a client of mine or a potential influencer that we're looking at for a rate sheet. I don't. I just say, you know, what is your budget for? I mean, what's your price for this kind of content? And I disclose like what kind of content we're looking for, what kind of engagement we need, what kind of hashtags we want to use. I tell them all of that in their creative brief, and then they come to me with the price, and then we negotiate from there. Because again, I'm gonna look at my budget and see, the budget I have for you was a little lower than that. So then I would go back and say, well, we're gonna do, you know, this much. Do you want to do it? Yes or no? If you say no, as an advertiser, who, again, I do this for a living, as an advertiser, they will take the money that they were going to spend on you on a paid sponsorship. When you say no, they're going to give it to another hire. They're either going to increase theirs because they want to increase the potential eyeballs, or what we've started doing is we hold back that money from people who say no, and we use that to boost other people's content. So we do what's called a A/B test. So we're testing like different content creators on the top level. And the ones that kind of bubble to the surface and are having like high engagement, high comments, high turnovers, all that good stuff, we start boosting their content. So again, make sure if you want to do business with them that you are reasonable with your price in terms of, for the amount of engagement that you're going to get on my content. This is what I want to charge. And I know we all want those 6-figure deals, right? We want a comma when we do those deals. But sometimes you have to take less than that to build to where you want to be. Okay. Especially if they're looking at your numbers and they're not seeing for the number that you suggested that you want to get paid for this. They're not seeing that in the numbers in your engagement, in your turnover. They're not seeing it. So they're not going to pay you that. And it may turn them off completely depending on how high you go. Mina said, plus it sounds like you're about to scam them. I learned that when we promoted concerts, when they ask you for a budget, they trying to see your hand. Absolutely. 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 And they're trying to say, yeah, if you're honest with the assessment of your brand and what you can bring to the table. Now, we all had those things that we thought, okay, wouldn't pop. And then all of a sudden it popped out of nowhere. It just poof, popped. So when you're doing that and you get that spike, count it all joy. Count it in your rate sheet. Use that in your media kit as, hey, I did this video and it went viral. It had X amount of, views. Keep that in your hip pocket and say, hey, not for nothing, but I went viral here. I went viral there. Pull them out. And say, this is what I want as a bargaining chip because of these things that I was able to do. It will help you. It definitely will help you. Vern said, yep, I do ask what is their budget. Then I inform them of what I can or cannot accept. Yeah, I would never ask them for a budget because they're always going to lowball you. I'm telling you, I do this for a living. I lowball people all the time. People who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I lowball them all the time. And it's not just for like the sake of lowballing them. It is for maybe I want to whitelist or boost the video. So I need to keep a little extra inside. Maybe I need to, increase my bottom line and hold a few back for like, added value or, incentives, or maybe, our agency needs to, keep that to the side for our rates. You know what I mean? So don't necessarily just look at it as they're lowballing you to lowball you. Sometimes there is a reason for it. And when they do say, hey, I understand, you have this. I was thinking you would probably come in with this offer at X. Do you think that we can get there or somewhere in between what the offer is and what I am counter offering? It's okay to negotiate, but be fair, be honest. Because if you don't deliver the numbers that they're expecting, guess what? They're not going to choose you for another campaign because they just feel like, it's not going to help their bottom line. But again, if you do a great video and it does some numbers but not quite what you expected, it's okay to give them a little added value. It's okay to be like, you know what, let me send this one to my little personal network of friends and family that I know, and tell them to go and watch this video and thumbs it up and comment about it, especially if it's a brand that you think other people would be interested in. Do that, because when you give them added value, things that they were not expecting for you to do, wasn't in your contract, it wasn't in the creative brief, you're just giving them a little extra because you want to help move the numbers a little bit further along than they already are, that will go miles for them thinking about you for other campaigns. I have at least 5 content creators that I have worked with that gave me added value on a video back last year in, when did we do the city event? I think July-ish, July, August, around that time. When we did something in November, we contacted those creators that gave us a little bit extra and invited them to come to this event. Paid them more than we did in July. All expenses paid trip. We even flew one couple from Atlanta in to do this. And we got miles and miles of footage that we can use over and over again. We can cut those videos up. Burn said it's like buying a house. If it's $200K, you offer to buy for $175. Yep, you do. Elevate with Burns. Yes, you must say this is a promotion in your video. The tag is always at the bottom of the video. Yep. Yep. I said good information. We get mad bottles and didn't think of that, or adding it's a sponsorship or a partnership. Yes, absolutely. And it's okay to say if you're drinking something from a brand that you got, a free bottle from or whatever, you can even say in your video, this portion of the video is sponsored by, and then hold up your little spirits brand and talk about the spirits for the next 5-10 minutes, shut it down, and then use that as your sponsorship. Cook with the Cantron said, when do the marketing departments, agencies get their budgets? Because we've had brands say they don't have their budget yet, or they don't have any more money in their budget when we reach out. It depends. Some operate on a calendar year, so January to December, and some operate on a fiscal year, which is January to June. So if it's calendar year, we're typically doing budgets. And again, this fluctuates because sometimes they get a new brand that they're promoting, or a new extension to the brand that they're promoting. And so with that, the marketing department that handles that particular brand will come in with their budget and say, hey, I want to promote this brand. Can you hook me up with influencers that can help me with this brand? So it depends. I'm going to say on average, if you're working on a calendar year, we're typically doing budgets for the next year around September, October, because we need to solidify the funds before the end of the year so that any current funds that we have if we can roll it over, we include it in that budget. And then any new budgets that we have, or those new, like I said, brands that come in and say, hey, I have money, can you help us? Those will come in on a rolling basis. So typically we solidify the budgets around September, October. And then the fiscal year will go into January. So I would say the optimum time to approach most brands that operate on a fiscal year would be in the summertime. So that is July, August, some at the end of June, so that, you're in their consideration set for the next year as they're planning their budgets. And it's okay. Hey, send them your new media kit, right? That has all of your, shiny statistics and all of the things that you've done over the past year. Send that along with your interest letter. That's a great way to get into the brands, because a lot of brands that you may reach out to, they may have their agency. So I would be their agent acting on behalf of the brand. So even though you may send it to the brand, you should also find out who their marketing or advertising agency is and send it to them too, because a lot of times they're not even looking at the influencers. They're trusting their agency to go ahead and secure those influencers for them. Now, there are some brands that I work with that needed to approve it because they need to go through their legal system to make sure, like, you never said any bad words, you weren't arrested. If we're doing a liquor brand, that, you weren't ever arrested for a DWI, that, you were on social media and you were not talking badly about the brand. So we do a lot of research to make sure that you are appropriate, because again, we're staking our reputation on this and putting you forward as a viable option. We need to make sure that we vet you appropriately. This turned into a whole marketing lesson, but I love it. As you can see, I love giving marketing advice, and this is actually what I do for a living. So it's like, breathing for me. So hopefully this is helpful to you all. And if they are operating on a fiscal year, so January to June, and then in June they roll over their next budget, the best time to reach them is now, actually. So March, April, May, because in March, we're starting that plan, right, for the next year. So after June 30th, July 1st starts their new fiscal year. So we're going to start around now to kind of plan forward for July, going through till January. So now is a good time to reach out to them. And again, I would say in both cases, reach out to the brand. Also, do your research, find out who their agency of record is for influencer marketing, and get a hold of them. Send them a interest letter, send them your link to your YouTube channel, send them your media kit that you just did and made all pretty. Put that all in a package and send it off. Okay. Oh, I'm glad. Yay. All right. Do let me know in the comment section if you have any other questions, or if you want to, take it offline and just ask me something marketing related. I am leaving my lovely email address. All right. So that is my email address. Feel free, if you have any marketing questions, to ask me. I probably know some of the sister agencies that work with some brands. So feel free to let me know which brands you're thinking about. And if I know off the top of my head, or can find it really quickly in like some of my notes or whatever, I'll shoot it over to you. Happy to help you with that. that. All right. So we're in this over a little bit over an hour. I'll message you because we got a few bottles recently and we should advertise it. Oh, yes, yes. Advertise it as a sponsored video. Yes. And even if you don't want to dedicate the whole video, like I said, this portion of the video is sponsored by da 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 da. You'll be surprised how it help you. Hey, Dawn. Okay, good night. Thank you for coming in. All right, so the next part of this Bella After Dark is gonna get a little ratchet because you know how I do. It's Thursday. We gotta talk about a little something. So this actually came from my line sister. So I'm going to add her to my content creator crew to find me content, because when she sent me this, I was like, say what now? And Meet Now, if you're still in here, this is perfect for you because you guys are a married couple. But she sent me this question. A husband's mistress asked the wife if she can assist her, the wife, in taking care of the wife's ill husband. What say you? Oh no, we ain't leaving. We getting ratchet now. Now comes the ratchet part of our program. Oh, good, good, good. All right, so let me do they get Cooking with the Cantrons? That's another married couple, and Burns is married too. Okay, I'm gonna repeat it again. The husband's mistress asked the wife if she can assist her, the wife, in taking care of the ill husband. What say you? What say you, babes? Because I have thoughts. I have thoughts. I don't know about this whole thing. First of all, that part, easy. Absolutely not, says Meet Now. Absolutely not. So here's the thing. First of all, did the wife know that there was a mistress? And if so, this part. Hey, good evening, Terry. How are you? How are you? Right? Are they besties? Why is she even talking to the wife? How did this conversation even happen? Are they sisters? Like she knew about the mistress? So I had so many questions roll in my head because okay, if she knew about the mistress, right? And obviously, dude is talking to the mistress and told the mistress that, he's ill, critically ill, what have you. And so the nerve, even if I know, the nerve of you to reach out to me and say, sis, you want me to come in and take care of the wife, husband? You want me to come in and take care of him? Is that what we doing? Is that what we doing now? Is that what we doing? She's way out of pocket. She way out of calling my phone that I pay. But you know what? Here's the thing. This sets up the precedence with the man. Because first of all, to step out on your marriage or to step out on your woman, whether it's your girlfriend or your long-term girlfriend or your fiance or your wife, whoever, to step out of the marriage is foul and all kinds of wrong, right? Off the rip. I think we all would agree to that. But then to be so bold as to give the mistress your wife's number. You might be going a little early, sir. And you all know what I'm talking about. I don't want to start no static with YouTube. I like to be here next week. Thank you very much. But you might be going early, sir. You gave her my number, and she has the audacity to then use said number to call me and say, you want me to come help you take care of him? Are you a nurse? Are you a nurse? Because if you are, find me another nurse, because you ain't stepping foot in my house. She probably been there already though. Quietly. That's the kind of heifer that probably been in your house, right? Probably been up in your kitchen, probably had your house robe on, probably had maybe your even negligees or went in your negligee drawer. That's all kinds of violations that I've conjured up in my head, because I'm like, if you could be so bold to do that, what else are you bold enough to do? Have you been going into my bank account? Let me go check and see what kind of deposits and withdrawals I've been, seeing. Let me go check the credit card statements. Let me see what kind of charges they've been. Because clearly, y'all all been doing a little something irregular. And I got to regulate. Okay? The nerve. Dawn R said, I probably let her do it all. Right. Get somebody else to do it. Here you go. Hand him the keys. Get somebody else to do it. I done packed up and left. And I'll do a Cardi B. All our joint accounts is now closed. And I have all the money. So she gonna have to start her own new nest egg with you. Okay? Because it's not happening here. It's not happening here. The nerve. Listen, I was talking to the bestie, and if y'all didn't see the bestie on the show last week, me and the bestie was cutting up in here. And she's helping her other friend, her other bestie. Whatever. I'm the bestie saying she's the other bestie. But she's actually helping her right now with something. So I know she's probably busy with her. But she'll be back, and our other girl that we hang out with, our other soror, the three of us are gonna come in here and cut up. Okay, coming soon. But we were talking about how the side chick don't know they place no more. It's like a free for all. So without getting too in the business of what we were all talking about, there's a guy who was dating a girl and then started dating this other girl. And he told the other girl about, I guess, what we'll call the main girl. So he told her about the main girl, but he didn't tell the main girl that he had a side chick. So what had happened was the side chick creeps into the DM of the main chick and starts telling the business. Oh, I'm with him and he doing this for me and he doing that for me and and I just thought I'd let you know and blah, 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 blah. Listen here. Listen to me. Listen, Linda, listen. Mira, listen. So I'm going to break it down for you. These kind of reindeer games that these chicks be playing, get somebody else to play it with you. Do not come over here playing those reindeer games. Now, last year I had a similar situation. And I'm going to tell you, first of all, you got to know who you with. And if you know your dude is a little shaky, a little shifty, not for the people, for the streets, then you have to come to the understanding that you may or may not get a side chick call. And if you know your man, and you know your man is solid 100%, and so anything that anybody could ever say against that dude, you already know he has been nothing but 100 with you from day one. So they can come at you with whatever. And I would be like, I don't believe you. You need more people. Send. And that's it. That's the end of the conversation. That's the end of the conversation. And if she so happens to send a picture, it will probably be wrong. But if she would send a picture, I'd be like, babe, you see this dude on here? Don't he look just like you? This girl sent me this picture saying it's you. Because I know what I have. And I know what I have ain't for the streets. But if you know, your dude may or may not be community peen, then you gotta take the L. You gotta take that loss. But what you won't do is DM me about it. Because at this point, I don't care. Thank you for putting me up on game, sis. I got it from here. Whatever you do with him is what you do. Whatever I do with him is what I do. But trust it won't be the same. What you do, it will probably not be the same from what I do. But I digress. But you got to know your man. You got to know me. Because the situation is not with her. Even if she's bold enough to say, hey, you want me to help you out with caring for him because he's ill. The situation is not with her. Even if she thinks by inserting herself into the situation, she's now in the mix, she's not in the mix. Because who stood at that altar and said, till death do us part? The two of you. So the issue is with your husband. It's not with the chick. And if the girl is so bold to make those statements, I would send it to his ass. Ask him if he wants you to come over here. And I'll be sitting like Celie, looking at the phone, waiting for the answer. Because now I'm going to see what I'm going to do. Right? So I'm sitting here like Celie. What's he going to text her? What's she going to text back? How deep in the rabbit hole does this ish go? Let's find out. I'm waiting on it like a soap opera. Because that'll tell me what I need to do next. That'll tell me, yeah, so the man Sheeran is ill. Yes, he's sick. I hope it ain't a STD. Because when we got a whole nother set of problems. Whole nother set of problems. Dawn R said, you want to clean diapers and sheets? He's all yours. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. I ain't the one. Especially, I done sit at the altar with you to love, honor, cherish, blah, 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 however the vows go. And you out here cheating with the next chick to the point where she is now, oh yeah. How's that? Yay. To the point where she's now out here thinking that she could take my place. We got Houston, we got a problem. We got a problem. We got a serious failure to launch. Because if you think I'm down with this, you got another thing going. You must have think I was born last Thursday. Because what in the world would ever make you think Yes, real bold, real bold. But see, that's how some of these girls are moving out here. That's how some of these chicks are moving out here. They're moving real reckless, real bold. How you gonna text the girl or call the girl? Yeah, hello, Barbara. This is Shirley. Like, how you gonna call the girl? Sleep in peace, child. Yes. Hey, sissy, Wally hustle. Hurts. Yay. Thank you. It's the audacity for me too. It's the audacity of me too. But it's the audacity on both parts. How dare you give her my number? Because she had to get it from you, because I sure the heck didn't give it to her. How dare you give her my number? How dare you, before you even get to the number part, how dare you sleep with her? You're supposed to be sleeping with me. How are you sleeping with her? I don't understand it. It's not you and my man and I'm ready to fight. You know we here, sis. We know who we here. Because I was like, let me take my earrings off. Let me put that lotion, the Vaseline on. Oh, I got a snatch ball. Because that right there, child. But see, again, I say, I'm going to fight the man first. Because how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? It's because you give her license to think that she's on the same level as me. No, there's two different levels here, sis. I'm here, you here. I'm here, you here. Know your place. Know your place. Don't call my phone again. That call him. I'll pack him up and send him over to you. You ain't got to worry. You ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me, sis. You got to worry about me. Okay? Because as soon as I push him out the door, I'm calling the locksmith to change the locks. We done here. Get somebody else to do it. We not doing this here. Come on. Everybody, yeah. Normalize infidelity. I forgot who it was. Oh, goodness. RuPaul said in an article recently that monogamy is dead. There's no such thing as monogamy now, especially with gay men. I don't know if that's true or not, but here's the thing. If you married your person, right? Male, female to female, male, whatever. You married your person. In that marriage comes vows. If you now want to forgo those vows, are y'all talking about this? Are y'all discussing? Is this a mutual decision? Because here's what heterosexual males say. I can do an open marriage, but it's open only one way. I can have my side woman, whatever, but you cannot. You cannot have a side man unless you are bisexual and you're attracted to women. Then we both can take the woman because that's not taboo. That men love. But for their wife to then sleep with another man, that's not happening. They can do it, but you can't, because it's a double standard, because we are women. And so we cannot do the same things that men do. You know what I mean, ladies, when I say this, right? You know. But here's the thing. you can't have it one way for you and one way for me in my life and have this be a cohesive situation, because there's nothing cohesive about it. I'm gonna be some kind of ways about it. Okay, so that might not be something that you might want to throw as an option when dealing with me. That's just how I am. That's how I get down. But there are so many women who, for the sake of having a man and having someone in their life, in their bed or whatever, will sacrifice what they know in their hearts to be what their beliefs are. They will forego that for the sake of having a man. And I just don't know when this whole thing started like this. It might have started with the hello, Barbara, this is Shirley. It might have started way back then. But I feel like it is more prevalent now that the younger generation, these millennials, are like, sexual fluidity is open for debate. I can be fluid and have sex with whomever I want. I can have sex with your man. I can have sex with your man, whoever, and just do it. Cavalier. And for those ladies who can do that, kudos to you. If you can have multiple sexual partners and be okay with that, if you can have men that belong to someone else, right? Because they already have something stable and constant at home. But for you to now say, okay, great. And some of them say, yeah, keep her there as your wife or whatever, because I don't want to do that. I just want you when I want you, and I want you to buy me stuff and pay my bills and do this and do that. That's great for those who do that. I'm not that chick. I'm not that chick that's like, I can have that for the sake of having a man. I'd rather go without, sir, ma'am, cat, dog, whoever. I'd rather go without, because I'm content in who I am and whose I am, that I don't have to settle for nothing or nobody. Let me say it again. I know who I am and I know whose I am, and I don't have to settle for nobody. Okay? Not happening. It is running rampant. It is running rampant in circles. There are people's daughters, sons, friends or family that I know who are living this poly lifestyle. There are girls that I know who are the side girls to their boyfriend's main girl or whatever. And they're fine with it. They're fine with it. Probably some would text and say these things. But here's what really rubs me the wrong way about this, is that if you can be so bold as to tell another man's wife that you will come into their home and, for lack of a better word, take over her role as caregiver to her husband in this time where he's ill, you some kind of smooth piece of work. You are some kind of smooth piece of work. And to the husband that is the focal point of this whole thing and the main source of my strife and contention with this whole thing, you some kind of smooth piece of work too. And I'm quite sure when this woman stood at the altar to say her vows to you, she did not in her wildest dreams envision what has become of her life situation right now. It's just shameful. It's like, why even bother getting married? Yeah, it's like silly, honey. Because it's a whole soap opera. This is a whole soap opera. Terry said, I have no threshold of tolerance for games of any kind from anyone. Facts. We too grown for this. We too grown for this. Honey. So I said, Houston, we have a problem. We got a problem. Houston, we got a huge problem. We are not cleared for takeoff. Cause this chick about to make me go in my trick bag and tell her, oh, I got some tricks for you, chick. I got a trick for you. You come over here if you want to. But I don't think you want to. That part. She probably in clown town. Exactly. You don't know what we talking about? Watch my video that I dropped today. Watch the video. Hey, Mecca. Yes, my girl is up in here. She clearly didn't learn side piece etiquette. Like, did you not listen to Woman to Woman? Because she already told you. He my man. From the top of his head, what? To the bottom of his feet. Let's go. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. My man is your man is our man. I think there's a song. I think that's a song lyric title. I think so. I think it came out in like maybe the late 80s, early 90s. I could have sworn I heard that before. If y'all know the song, let me know in the chat. Hey, boss Jamie. Girl, party full done. Party full done. Full done, Burns. Full done. Over. Not happening. Not happening at all. At all. Nah, it's a wrap. Done. Cooking with Kendra, how sick was he? I don't know. But I'll tell you this, he would have been a lot sicker after I hung up that phone from that chick calling me. He'd been a lot sicker. Okay. Terry said, nah, I have far better things to do productive than brainstorm ways to get multiple women. It appears too time consuming, in my opinion. This is what I'm saying. Like, unless you are a man of means that has the disposable income to entertain this foolishness amongst several different women, in which case I would say to you, why even get married? Why even have a girlfriend? Like, if you want to be the player, play on. I have no qualms about it. You want to play, but you ain't gonna play with me. You're not gonna play here. This is a no playground zone over here. I play many games, not with my man, not with my money. Why bother? I'm too grown for that. I'm hella grown for that. Okay. Cook with the Cantron says some women just trying to have kids by a man and don't even care about the relationship is crazy. That part. And it's not just the regular deglers. It's the people with, some modicum of celebrity too. I just saw that Cash Doll having another one. And don't get me wrong. Listen, if you have the disposable income to have multiple kids, have multiple kids. I'm not I'm not holding, watch over your uterus. I don't care. But if you're having these kids, and I think it's with the same dude who, to my knowledge, I don't know what he does. I don't know, what his money looks like or whatever. I don't even know his name really because I don't care that part. But I'm like, okay, you're gonna have, these babies or whatever, and you're gonna announce it. And she announced it like it's her birthday, I think it was yesterday. And she was in the bed and she's like pouring champagne, and then she pops up and it reveals that she's pregnant. She's like, I ain't drinking this. But then I was like, the Virgo in me, investigating. I'm like looking at the bottle. I'm like, but it looks like whoever was drinking it, if it wasn't you, had several drinks before you poured this little glass, because the bottle was already at half full. So I'm like, so who drinking the wine, sis? Because, and she's drinking Veuve Clicquot, the rosé, which on a regular day, it's like $60, $70 a bottle. At least here in Connecticut, it's like $60, $70 a bottle. You might get it cheaper some other places, but it's a premium champagne. So I'm like, who's drinking the champagne, sis? Is it your man? And if it's so, why your man ain't in the announcement? I'm like, I'm tired of seeing these women by themselves having these announcements. I'm like, the guys need to be up in there. This is your baby too. This ain't just my baby. This is our baby. You need to be here too. So I don't know what's going on with that. Hi, Ungame Miller. Welcome in. Nice to see you again. Guys, don't forget, thumbs up, share it out if you care about, and go ahead and tell your friends, your foes, all you knows. BGB is what? The place to be. So let them know that. Walk over for a lip back. Hold, please. That's that old saying from the Himalayas, baby. I was at reach back. Walk over, limp back. If you don't know, ask your mama. Because that's an old one, honey. Dread with the twin. That's another thing. What happened to sperm banks? So you just gonna take a 22-year-old in the prime of his life. He ain't trying to be tied down to no Drea. He was just in it for ish and giggles, okay? And the giggles is over now that you done popped up pregnant. So the next thing is she gonna have this baby by herself. She gonna care for it by herself, and she gonna take his 22-year-old behind over to the county clerk to file papers for child support. That's gonna be the next thing, because he sure ain't gonna wipe her. He's 22, and even if he does, even if he is dumb enough to wipe her up, which, if I was his mama, I'd be like, you out your rabbit ass mind. First of all, why you ain't strap up for this chick? Because that was a oops baby waiting to happen. You know this, man. Why you have that 22-year-old boy go and impregnate this girl? Just dumb. Just, if I was his mama, I'd be livid right now. Livid. He would get all this mouth in here, all of it, all that I got to say about it. He would get. And then some. 22? What you doing with a 22-year-old? That's something to have a little fun. And if you don't know what I mean, go ask your mama, because she sure know. That's a little fun. That's a little joyride. That's a little plaything. And then you going back to handling your business, okay? He's like the maintenance man. He comes in for a little tightening, little tune up, and then I'm right as rain. Let me go about handling my boss baby moves. And then you let that little baby fly. Okay, you let him fly. Go on. Get your next 22-year-old. Go on now, go on. Thank you for your service. Bye-bye now. We getting impregnated by the 22-year-olds now? Is that what we doing? Hey, Miss Dalton. Hola, chica. Bienvenida a mi channel. How are you? Yeah, if I was his mama, he would never hear the end of it. Cooking with the cancer. I said, listen, Stacy. Cheers, girl. Because you already know. I already told my son, like growing up, don't you bring no fast tail girl in here. Don't bring me no revolving doors of this, that, and the other girl, because we don't do that here. We don't play no revolve. You bring the girl that you think you want to settle in with to the house. Everybody else, you do that out there and you strap up. Because you can't afford no baby and I ain't taking care of no baby. Okay? I had you, I had your sister. That's my contribution to society. Until I feel like I'm ready to be a grandma and have all the grandma responsibilities thereunto and herein with, you won't be doing that. Not if you want my help. Not happening. Not happening. And that joker waited until he was 30 years old. Amen. Amen. Because he know his daddy was crazy, but his mama certifiable. I don't play that. I do not play that. So I'm going to add a third one that I don't play with. My man, money, my kids. I don't play with them kids. I don't play with them kids. Okay? You know, you talk low like them. He know. Okay? I don't play that. Mama don't play that. I ain't allow your daddy to do it. I doggone sure ain't gonna allow you to do it. What you talking? So yeah, so 22 and what is she, 30, 40? Come on now. I don't even like working with him. Miss Dalton said, ain't no way I have anything in common with Generation Z. He was easy pickings, young, dumb, and full of She saw him coming a mile away. He's her retirement plan. And you fell right into the trap. Generation Z, the millennials. Dumb. They should come with dunce caps and warnings. Might answer you in emojis. Might have limited vocabulary. Attention to detail doesn't apply here. Shall I go on? Like, come on. I feel like they were coddled. Mostly by us, because we are the latchkey generation, right? We are the kids that had the keys in our shirt. And it wasn't just me, it was y'all too. Had the keys, you had to get up in your shirt, get your keys out, open the door, close it right immediately behind you, lock and triple lock the doors, and then call your mama or your daddy. Yes, mommy. Yes, daddy, I got in. And if you didn't call them, you got off school at 3:30. If you ain't called your mama by the time it takes you to get home, however long she done clocked and determined that you should be calling right about then, and you didn't call, or mama was getting her purse out of the bottom of her drawer and told her boys, I'll be right back. I got to check on some things. And let you not be in that house, or let you be outside when your mama come around that corner. Let's just say, don't get caught slipping. Because mama was coming around that corner and she see you outside playing with them little friends. What you call them, little fast tail friends of yours? Get upstairs. And you know that sometimes she wouldn't even say the word. She'd just be like, and you already know, oh, it's about to go down. I ain't gonna see y'all for a minute. And your friends, right? Because they little messy asses be like, okay, Shannon, see you later. Laughing, knowing they tails gonna get it next. But they laughing at you because you done got it first. So we that generation. We the generation that had to get up and make our own breakfast, put together our own lunch, because 9 times out of 10, your mom was out the door for the crack of dawn because she had to get to her job. Okay. So we had to do everything by ourselves. If we had a permission slip, you better leave that ish out for your mama with a sign on it say, Mama, I need you to sign this by tonight. Okay, I need to take it with me in the morning. Right? I used to have to put mine up on my mother's mirror. So when she came in, it'd be on the bathroom mirror or on her bedroom mirror. And she know, okay, I gotta sign this and put it in Shannon's book bag for the next morning. Like, we had to do that. We had to do deductive reasoning. Like, okay, so if we call mama at 3:30 when we get home, and she usually gets home from work about 5, that means I got 30 minutes to do my homework real fast. And then I got another, let's say 30 minutes, because you don't want to go to the time that she's gonna get home, because you don't want to run into her outside in the street and you ain't asked for no permission to go outside, right? So you gotta time it just right. So you gotta know, okay, so I'm gonna do 30 minutes homework, another 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, depending, to play outside. Then you know, okay, I got to get back in the house and I got to crack open a book in front of the coffee table or by the kitchen table, so that when she comes in, she see me studying, right? So I got to have my stuff out. Come on, we had to do all the deductive reasoning, okay? If we wanted to have like our playtime, we wanted to have like, a little mischief or whatever. We had to time it just perfect, right? So they don't understand that. They have no qualms. They have no ideas. They have not an inkling about how to finesse a situation. I remember my daughter was outside, right? And this is one of my, pop-up times, because, I knew my children. And when they were trying to rush me to get off the phone while I'm at work, I knew, all right, so I might have to leave a little early. Let me get my purse out the bottom of the drawer. Let me go put it on my shoulder and tell the boss, hey, I'll be in a little early tomorrow, but I gotta leave a little early today because I gotta handle some stuff at home. Okay, you all right? All right. And then get in her behind, because she was outside in front of the townhouse playing with her little fast tail friends. Yes, I said it, fast tail. And rushed me off the phone so she can go play with her little fast tail friends. And to tell y'all how my daughter had no finesse. So here I come around the corner. She see me and she like, oh, and she like takes off for the front of the door. Like, chick, I already saw you. The jig is up. Like, it's going down. And then they're all like, hi, Mrs. I'm like, hi kids. How are you? All right. All right. So y'all might want to move away from the front of my door now. Thank you very much. Okay. Kiara can't come back outside today. No. She can't come back outside. And I went in there and gotten her behind. Like, did I tell you can go outside today? Let me see your homework. Because that's the big telltale, right? Let me see your homework. Because then I know exactly how much time she actually put into the homework. Because if I see a bunch of scribbling and the first like 3 answers was wrong, I'm not even going further than 3. If the first 3 answers is wrong, I'm erasing the whole ish. Did y'all have a parent that used to do that? My mother didn't used to do that, but my father, if my father was home, especially with math, because he knew I was not the best at math. So he would come in and he would look at the first 3 answers on my homework. And if they were wrong, he'd say, no puedo. You can't do this. And he's erasing everything. No. Even if it's right, like, Daddy, that's right. No. Yo no sé. I think, Janet, I think you should do everything again because it's wrong. Not wrong, it's wrong. And I'm like, Daddy, but it's right. That one is right. That answer is right. He said, yeah, but número 1, número 2, número 3, no correcta. Over again. And he had erased everything. And when everything was erased, he blow on it. That shit. Ooh, that used to burn me. He blow on it like this. Yo, I was heated. It's me heated. That was the best thing about when they got divorced and he moved out. I was like, good, because my mama ain't gonna do that. My mama trying to watch her stories that she recorded on the VCR, or she trying to get on the phone and plan out what she gonna wear to the club the weekend or what have you. So she ain't got time for all of that. She just want to look at it, see if it's done. Okay, it's done, and she off and doing her own thing. But that father of mine would look at everything. But he wouldn't look at my English homework. He wouldn't look at my social studies homework because he knew I was interested in those subjects. So I would do it and do it well. But that math, yeah, sometimes I phoned it in. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. Sis. Listen. Oh my God. I look exotic. Ow, chinkies. Hey, Beachy. Girl. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated sometimes has me rethinking my retirement plan. Because I be like, you want me to pay how much for registration? And that's not even, like, we don't even get that much for registration. I mean, for the registration, we don't get that much. We get a bag, maybe a little something in the bag, maybe a t-shirt, a meal, and that's it. No mas. And so my thing is, if you're going to charge us an extra $150, it better doggone well be worth it. Because and I kind of knew it was going to increase because it's been, the number that it's been for a long time. So I knew it was going to increase, but I was like, $150 worth of an increase? Girl. I might be a social delegate. I don't know. But I might have to go because of the honorary members. If the person that I think is going to be an honorary member, which it's been milling about that they might be, then I have to go because I know her. And I was like, all right, well, I should probably go and, shake the hands and kiss the babies and all that. So I might have to go. But girl, we need to talk about that. And I want to have, since we're all going to be, hopefully, God willing, in Dallas, I want to have like a YouTubers little meetup for us because I'm here, you're here. The creative lady is here. Oh, I should ask the other stores that I know that are content creators if they're going. I know my store that was in my chapter. I think she's going too. So, there'll be a couple of us there. We should have like a little meetup and talk about it. Talk about it all, girl. Talk about it all. So we're talking about this generation, this Generation Z, how they don't have a clue. And like, even when I am putting together an event or we're building a budget or I'm just, working through the plan with them, they have no deductive reasoning skills. They have no way to like think on their feet. So like with me, you always go in. I was always groomed that when you go into a event, you always go in with the mindset that something is going to go wrong. So you always, for everything that you're planning, you always have to come in knowing what the solve is going to be before you even enter in the event. So like back in the day when we had like our books before we got, electronic and have everything on an email PDF, we used to have to print out like run a show where all the venues are going to be, where the hotels are going to be, where the printing things are going to be, if you had to print different things. So we always had to go in knowing like where all of that was. And when I ask people like, okay, so where's the nearest like Staples or whatever, if we have to go and get supplies or whatever, they're like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean you don't know? I don't know is not an answer. You knowing the answer is the answer, but I don't know is not an answer. Because what am I doing with I don't know? Nothing. So find out what I'm talking about. And when I ask them like, okay, where's the distance between where we're staying at the hotel and where the venue is? What's that distance? I don't know. I'm like, yeah, sure. Siri or Google Maps or whatever is going to tell you, but in case those fail, you need to know where you're going. You need to have that mapped out. Like, if for God's sakes, your phone completely dies, they have no clue because they didn't put it in the GPS in the car. They didn't, map it out and see, okay, what the distance is, or even knowing what the address is, because they're relying on that phone to do all the work for them. And if the phone doesn't work, then what? It kills me every time. And they always give me this deer in headlights look when I'm like, well, what's the plan B? What's the plan C? What's the plan D? Where's the contingency? They're like, what? Look it up, baby. Look up this. Right. Must have plan B, C, D. Because you never know. You never know. Oh my God, it's been 2 hours. Okay. I've been talking for 2 hours. So let's I have this idea in my head that I want to do like a panhandle kind of forum for us, for content creators, and just talk about some of the things that you've learned over the years being in your organization, like some of the things that you had to learn or had to figure out or whatever, and then some of the things that you wish some of these younger Greeks would understand and know. One of my big things, and we're going to then leave it, but one of my big things is for them to have an understanding of where we came from, right? So there's always a hierarchy in whatever you do, right? There's always a hierarchy, whether it is pronounced or known or spoke about or unwritten. And I feel like we're in this age in all of our organizations where they say when the new sorors come in or the new fraternities come in, you are at the same playing level, right? You come in with all the rights and privileges or whatever as a member. And I understand why they're saying it, because they're saying it for a reason. And we'll get, like I said, we'll get into that when we do this forum. But I feel like we're doing them a disservice, because I don't know about most Greeks, but I can tell you about me, Shannon. And I can say, when you're coming in, you have the rights and privileges of an AKA, but we're not at the same level, bro. You're at level 1, where you're a few days old, a year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, but you're not 28 years old. You do not have the wisdom and the experience that me, as a seasoned Silver Star member of my sorority, have at 28, at 1 year's in or 2 years in. You don't. You don't know the things that I know. Couldn't possibly. Ain't been here that long. You ain't been here that long. And so for the younger ones coming in, that deference word is like foreign. It feels to them like we're telling them that we're pledging them. And it's not that we're pledging them. It's that you need to defer to those who know more than you. And that just because you are here and you are active and you come in and you pay your dues and you come to chapter meeting and all that good stuff, does not mean that you know the same thing that I know after being in the organization 28 plus years. You don't. You just don't. And so I feel like, again, it's that kind of Generation Z kind of thing that we were talking about earlier, where the people that have the experience are not valued as much. And the people that are coming in do not defer to the ones who've already been there. And so I feel like that whole, you have the same rights and privileges is giving them a false sense of reality, because they don't. Just like me as a 28-year member, I don't know the same things as a golden soror who's had 50 plus years. I don't know the same things as a pearl soror who has 65 plus years. I don't have the same knowledge as my diamond sorors who have 75 plus years. You just don't. It was a different time, a different age, and they know different things from you. And so the same thing can be said for those who are silver and those who are coming up. And I just feel like we need to rethink how we train and bring up those younger sorors, because they need to value that experience, because it is valued, it is necessary, it is needed. There should always be in a committee someone who is younger, someone who is older, and if there's like a leadership thing, they should probably be paired together, because you can benefit younger soror from the wisdom and experience of the older. And quite frankly, as an older soror, I don't know the things that they are doing now. I don't know what the latest social media thing is, right? I don't know how to do some of these things on TikTok that maybe they do, and they could, do that part. And then we can focus on, the things that we can do. Everybody has a role and everybody has a place. And I feel that whether you're in a sorority or not, or in a fraternity or not, if you're in the workplace, there are always things that somebody knows that you don't. And you would be doing yourself a disservice if you don't accept all of it. So I accept the fact that I may not know all of the ins and outs, and maybe the younger person on my team does. That's your role to play. That's what I can give you. However, conversely, you don't know the experience and the wisdom that I have in this role, having done this for 25 plus years in various capacities. And now, the new buzzword is, influencer marketing, which has happened in the past, 10, 15 years. But before that, it was word of mouth marketing. Those was our influencers. Before that, it was television, radio, and print. That was our influencers. So every year or so, every 10 years or so, there's something new that comes out. So now it's influencer marketing. And granted, I know a lot about it. The new things that are coming in, maybe the newer ones are coming in because maybe they're being taught that in college or what have you. But when you get to the playing field, and that's what I call the corporate world, when you get to the playing field, the game is different. And the game is won or lost by that quarterback, that person who is able to see the field, see the play that's in motion, and then direct the team accordingly. And that's what I provide. And so I feel like when we are throwing the babies out with the bathwater and saying that, the new-ish is the new-ish and everything that was old needs to be thrown out, it doesn't need to be thrown out. It needs to be revamped. It needs to be relooked at. It needs to be reworked. But the experience that I have in my pinky, they don't have coming out of 4 years of college. And that can't be taught. There's some things that can't be taught. It needs to be shown. It needs to be demonstrated. And it needs to be honed. And that is something that you are not going to find in a textbook, but you're going to find it on the gridiron, on the field, in life. And so if I leave you with anything, I leave you with always reach back to those younger ones, reach up to those older ones, and embrace everybody in between. All right. And with that, come on here, Miss Bella, with a word or two. We gave you quite a bit of things to think about, and I hope you think about them all. Please, if you didn't see my video that I posted earlier in the premiere, please go back and watch that. Give it a thumbs up. Share it out if you can. Also, when this cycles in, all of my makeup that I have been wearing throughout this lovely live stream, I will put in the description box below. I'll also upload the description and all that in the other video too, because I forgot to include what I wore in that video. So also check that out. Check this out. Share them out. Let them know, BGB is the place to be, honey. We give you lots more than what you're looking for. It's lips, lashes, luxury, and all that are in between. Some makeup, some mayhem, and all the good stuff. Yes, we must keep those foundations absolutely solid. You are absolutely right, Beachy. Absolutely right. And I'm going to reach out to you to find out when we can do the form that I'm thinking about, because I really want to do that. I really want to do that. There's so much going on, and I'm looking at the things that are on like TikTok and the forums that are on Reddit. And I'm like, why are they asking these things in an open forum? They should be talking to, their older sorors about this, or they should be talking to this person about that stuff. So I really want to dive into that because I think it's important information for people to have. And then I want to get into these conference prices, because Lord have mercy. I was clutching my pearls, girl. I know you were too, because I was definitely clutching my pearls. But we're going to talk about that too. And until next time, babes, you have now been Bellafied. Don't forget Sunday Sips this Sunday at 2 p.m. Back at 2 p.m. Oh, I got one. Well, he might not be on YouTube, but I have an iota that can help us. Spring 96. You know, we got them all. So yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. All right, babes. Until next time, you have been Bellafied. Take care. Have a great weekend. Some videos are coming your way, and I'll see you back here on Sunday for Sunday Sips at 2 p.m. Love you. Bye.